Hey, good morning, you all. God bless you, and welcome to Mike Reed Outdoors. Thanks for watching. We had so much frost up here this morning, you all. It looked like a brand new snow on the ground up through here. About that much frost all over everything this morning. In this video, we're going to talk about some trapping tools. I'm going to show you how to make a wooden stretcher. I like wooden stretchers because you can stretch your hide green over top of a wooden stretcher and dress it down and scrape it really good, and go back and take it down and not have to take it off of a, let's say, a wire stretcher if you see the fat and stuff that you've missed on them, because as the process goes along, as the skin dries, you will see grease and stuff popping out on some of your hides, and you will want to re-stretch it on a board and scrape it some more. Anyway, here's one thing that I made a few years ago, and I know that you can buy these things store-bought, but I'm going to tell you how I made this one, tell you how big it is. This is a catching and releasing tool. And I have got some soft catch steel traps with rubber jaws, padded jaws, that if I catch somebody's dog or cat or something like that, I can reach out there and take that animal and hold it and take it and get it out of the trap and then release it. So that's one of the ethical things that you want to do, if you catch somebody's animal. Anyway, this is a piece of half-inch pipe. It's 34 inches long, okay? And right here on the end, let you all see that right there, I simply drilled a hole in the end of that pipe, okay? Stuck this piece of cable through it and just hammered a nut on it right there, just like that, to hold that in place. All right? Now, this piece of steel right here runs almost up to the end of this piece of pipe right here, to take up the slack that's going in and out of this right here. Naturally, you can see I bent that into a handle shape. Now, I have seen them where the cable runs all the way through, but them don't work really good sometimes, especially when you need speed. Okay, so what I done is I drilled a hole in the center of this, pushed that piece of cable, that 1/8 inch cable, down inside that hole about that far, and hammering it down closed where it won't come loose. So that's our catch and releaser right there, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to take and make us a stretching board. Now, I just made some stretching boards just specifically for squirrels, okay? Show you one here I just used here the other night just to clean up a squirrel. Nice little stretching boards. They work really good too. And the wire stretchers, I haven't seen any wire stretchers made especially for smaller game like that. But anyway, I'm going to take this plank in here. Now, I have used these things for years. When I didn't have a planer, I just used a 3/4 inch board and just trimmed it down and cut it to fit, and just had a real heavy stretching board. But now that I've got a planer, I'm going to plane this board down so it's thinner. It's easier to take in and out of a skin and get a skin on. And then I'll show you how to draw it out. By the way, you all, if you don't have a little skinning, a little place to lay an animal upon and make the initial cuts, should make you one, especially if you've got a vise. It's just a piece of 2x2, piece of plywood screwed to it. Now there is our board, and I generally make them things, you all, about 3/8 of an inch, which is exactly what that is right there. It gives you a nice, easy slide right through your up in your skin. Now, I do have wire stretchers, but I don't have any small wire stretchers. So what I do is I'll use this as a guide right here. make this stretcher. And this one right here is just for like a small possum or a small coon. Okay? And yes, you can stretch them on these stretchers, okay? There ain't no question about that. But like I say, wooden stretchers really work great when you want to really clean up your skin again without taking it back off the stretcher. Okay, before I carve that out, let me show you some homemade skinning gambrels. See that right there? This one will adjust out to a deer if I want to hang a deer on that gambrel right there. See that? This is a block of aluminum that I milled down, forged the pieces, forged the hooks, put the bolts through, and then you just hang it. Then you just like hanging up on a hook, just like that right there. Same way with this one. This is the first one I've ever made in my blacksmith shop about 45 years ago. Just a piece of iron. Works really good. Not forged weld, it's just wired to it. For you folks that are beginners, there's a simple and easy one to do. And it works really great for foxes. That's exactly what I made that one for, to skin foxes with. And of course, this is one I use mostly now because you can just stick the leg of the animal in that little piece of cable right there, and he's hooked. Stick both legs in there. You don't have to tie or do anything like that. You just put his legs in there, pull down, and the animal's leg is hooked on that little cable right there. And that thing right there, you know, spreads out and works really, really good. Now, believe it or not, I've seen old stretching boards at antique dealers that were chopped out with a hatchet. I mean, they literally took some type of a slab of wood and made a stretching board out of it. And they sell them at antique stores, stretchers. But I'm going to show you how the old timers that manufacture these for people did this. You can do the same thing. That right there is a spoke shave. Now I can grab my jigsaw out, you all, and saw that out there in about 3 minutes. I'm going to show you how quickly you can do it with a spoke shave once you get this board cut down. Well, that thing's sharp, isn't it? Roll them shavings right out of there. You can also come right here and take the edge off of it. See there? Now it's not going to cut into the skin. Now that wasn't too hard, was it? There we are. See how easy that was to make? Puts a hole in it right here. Way we can make us a hanging hook and put it on it. Now, young fellers, if you've never sold fur before, there's one thing that I can tell you right now. Improperly handled pelts are worthless. If they got holes in them, you just might as well not even take them to a fur buyer because he won't buy them. They're just absolutely junk. If they're not properly stretched, a fur buyer is going to ding you on the price on them things big time. I don't care how pretty they look. Improperly handled fur don't bring a penny on the market, okay? So you've got to properly stretch your fur. You've got to properly flesh. You've got to properly dry your furs so that the hair don't come out. But if they're, like I'm saying, if they're not properly handled, they are useless on the market. Believe you me, I started my big time trapping back in the late 1970s when fur was king. But anyway, that's how you make a stretching board, and that's some tools that you can use. Until next time, God bless you. Have yourself a great day, you all.